What's up, guys, and welcome back to Earth Zero. I'm your host, Black Nick, and excuse all the noise in the background. Unfortunately, my mic is giving me issues, so I'm just currently using another mic that kind of picks up a lot of feedback. But anyway, today I would like to talk about my adventures with Superman and give you my short review about the first 3 episodes. But before we get into that, if you're new to the channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. So, currently I've watched the first 3 episodes back to back. I don't know really what the hype is about, like there's a lot of people are giving it an 8 out of 10, and I think the critics have given it like an 80% or so, and I think also the audience have given it an 80%. But I just don't see the hype behind the series at all, from the first 3 episodes that I've seen. The woke stuff doesn't bother me at all, where like characters aren't the same, skin color, that doesn't bother me at all. Jimmy's still Jimmy, Lois still acts like Lois, Superman still is Superman, like all of that's fine. But I'm just talking about like, something that like, hits you, impacts you, and you're like, yo, where is this series actually going? From what I've seen is that they're giving us the same kind of origin that we know about Superman, but doing it in a different whole way, and it's just also done in a way where I just disagree with it. Like when they start off the series with him as a kid, and then as a kid he learns how to like fly instantly. That didn't sit well with me because, like if you know how to fly around and do all of that stuff, then what, like in Man of Steel, the movie, all of the struggles of him trying to know who he is and being alienated from kids and everything and all that stuff, like he never knew how to fly in those, in that time, and that kind of showed you his struggle growing up as a kid trying to know who he is. But this kid figured how to fly like when he was a kid, and then he got traumatized from like trying to go to the space whatever shuttle thing that he came in, and he was just traumatized from it. And then he decided for the next 10 or I don't know how many years, until whatever age he is now his clock, that he's never gonna go there again, but yet he can fly and do all these things. And it just felt unbelievable to me. Like if he didn't know how to fly and maybe like broke something or stopped a car and that was it, then I would believe like, oh yeah, he got traumatized from the thing, he doesn't want to like see who he is like yet or go near that thing as a kid. That makes sense. But if you're flying every day and doing all these crazy things ever since you were a kid, there's no ways you wouldn't want to eventually go back there. I just don't see him ignoring that whole like going into the space shuttle and knowing who he is until now, it's not believable after he learned how to fly. But anyway, that's personally me. And then with the anime and like the animation and everything, it has this vibe of anime, and I always have a problem after, especially watching Batman Ninja, when series kind of try and take some like, certain characteristics and features and things from, anime, and try and make their series still, like Western animated, but still, kind of have anime stuff. And it really sucks away from DC for me, because DC is very down to earth kind of, like their comics are really down to earth to me. So when you mix it with this anime stuff, things just start to become really fake to me, like the one scene in the series where Superman like flies off, or Lois turns around, she's like, Clark, and he like flies off or disappears immediately, and he comes around and then he's Superman, or he's already dressed up in Superman clothes. And then when he's fighting normal human beings that are just using gadgets to blast him, he's flying so slow to the point where these gadgets actually, like catch up to him and actually, hurt him or hit him. But I was like, but 2 minutes ago you wore your suit in an instant, But now all of a sudden, when you're fighting a normal human being with gadgets blasting at you, you go flying. And then also when he got a bruised eye for the first time, the whole electricity thing around him. I know they're trying to make it different and some kind of new age thing, and Superman has had that kind of, like power in the series, but it's just, I don't know, it's just weird for me. There's nothing that's like pulling me or attracting me to this Superman. I'm very old school. I like Superman from back in the animated days where Lois Lane gets into trouble and he would run into his office and then like change quickly. You can see him changing behind the door, and then he would wear the suit and start flying off as Superman and something, and then he would struggle fighting people, but you would realize from just him changing into his suit that he's still just a man. He's also kind of got his like, he still needs to grow and to become the like strongest, Kryptonian out there. He still needs to grow. But in this series, it's just like, I don't know, it's just weird. It's not the same without all this changing stuff. Some things make sense, some things are possible, some other things aren't possible. He can get a black eye and then the next minute heal himself instantly. Like, it's just weird like that. Like, if those robots don't have kryptonite, how's he getting a black eye? Anyway, so it's very questionable in my opinion. It's like, it's alright so far. It's not terrible, it's not bad, it's just meh, and I still haven't seen anything that's gonna, like wow me yet, compared to like Invincible, the animated series. That thing kicked off on episode 1 straight, but this series hasn't done anything for me, so hopefully that happens soon or eventually. But thank you guys so much for listening. Please hit those comments in the comment section. Tell me what you guys think about the series. You can give me your ratings and reviews. Thank you so much for listening. Have a good day. Bye.